Hello. So this is a wonderful lesson in that we are going to look at some basic information that you need to understand in physics, and we are going to start with a simple pendulum. The question is saying, so as you look at this, this is a setup, and the question is saying it takes 0.45 seconds for a bulb to swing from A to C. So for this bulb to swing from A to C, the time that is taken, the time that is there is 0.45 seconds. That's the time that is given. We are taught to say calculate the period and frequency of the pendulum. Before we answer this particular question, you need to understand that there are other questions that may come where they tell you to say, state some factors that get to affect the period of a pendulum. You get to have certain questions related to that in an exam. You need to understand that the period of a pendulum, which is just the time taken to complete one full oscillation, is affected by a lot of factors, and they may include some factors that you need to understand, some factors that get to affect what period. One, we get to look at the length of the pendulum. So length of what? Length of the pendulum. This is what you need to know. Length of a pendulum gets to affect the period of a pendulum, in that the period is directly related to the square root of the length. So a longer pendulum has a longer period. This is what you need to understand. So a longer pendulum has a longer period. And another factor that we can also consider is what we get to call the gravitational. So we say the gravitational acceleration. This one also gets to affect the period of a pendulum. You now understand that in this case now, since period is directly related to the square root of the length, but under gravitational acceleration, the period is inversely related to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. In other words, in stronger gravitational fields, the pendulum swings faster and has a shorter period. So this is the way in which this gravitational acceleration affects the period of a pendulum. So I've explained how these two get to affect the period of a pendulum, and you need to make sure that you are able to answer questions that will fall in that manner. So in answering the question here that's saying calculate the period, you want to calculate the period. So you need to understand that the period of a pendulum, capital letter T, is given by the formula small t over n. What do we mean by n? The number of oscillations. So in this case, we've got time, which is 0.45. So this had to move from A to B. Moving from A to B, that is covering 1 over 4. Moving from A to C, that is covering 2 over 4. So when it moves from A to C and back to B, we say 3 over 4. Then if it moves from A to C and back to A, that is one complete oscillation. So this thing, you just need to understand it. So this thing is moving from A to C, covering this. So A to C, that is 2 over 4. I've told you 2 over 4, if you punch on your calculator, that is the same as 0.5. So when we divide there, what answer are we getting? 0.45 divided by 0.5. What answer are we having? The answer is 0.9 seconds. So that is what? Period. We've calculated the period. We now go to the frequency. Frequency is equal to 1 over what? 1 over period, which is just the same as 1 over 0.9. What answer are you going to get there? So when you divide 1 by 0.9, what answer are you going to get? you are going to get 1.1111. So you can say 1, 1, then the units are what? Has. So meaning that this is the answer. This is how we calculate the period of a pendulum and the frequency of a pendulum. I guess you've learned one or two things from this particular question. And for those of you that are interested in starting lessons with me, maybe you want some tuitions, I get to conduct tuitions in maths, biology, and science. You can WhatsApp me on my number. This is my WhatsApp number, so just drop a text on WhatsApp. This is my number, 0971 0666747. This is my number. Don't forget, I've got a YouTube channel, so you can also, a Facebook page. You can also follow me on Facebook. This is my name. So this is my Facebook page, Harrison J. Zuru Tutor. This is my Facebook page name. So you can also follow me on Facebook, where you are going to be getting all the updates. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've not subscribed to this channel or page, don't forget to follow me, like, and comment. Thank you so much.